Cyber School Media.
To get started here, Happy Gilmore was released the weekend of February 16th, 1966. Bundy was 6 years old. Actually, 5. I wasn't 6 yet.
Did you just say 1966?
1996. February
bro,
16th.
it sounded like you said 66 and then told Shades that he was 6 years old or whatever.
No, it was released February 16th, 1996 weekend, and I was 5 years old. So I did not see this movie when it first came out. What were you guys doing on February 16th, 1996?
Probably
Playing with
watching
myself.
the movie.
So this movie was directed by Dennis Dugan, and he's worked with Sandler on most of his movies. He's worked on some other projects, but he's mostly been with Happy Madison Productions or whatever that is. They got attached early because Dugan wanted to cast Sandler in one of his own films, but the producers wouldn't let him because Sandler wasn't well known. And a couple of years later, Sandler has gotten big with SNL at the time, and he was like, I want to be hired to direct Happy Gilmore with this dude. And he walks in the room and he says, you're the guy who wanted to give me that part. I don't need to know anything else. I want to work with you. So Sandler remembered that he wanted to give him a part years ago. And so he's like, let's do this.
Good karma.
So you never know what's going to happen. So it was written by Tim, I'm going to butcher his name, Hurley. He has written most of Adam Sandler's movies with him. They were college roommates, and they wrote stand-up together before getting onto SNL, and then they started writing movies. Hurley and Sandler included any joke that made them laugh, and don't remember who came up with which, although Hurley takes credit for Shooter McGavin's I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast line. and then in a 1994 interview, Sandler cited that the golf comedy Sandler cited that the golf comedy Caddyshack is a film that they bonded on in college and used it as an inspiration for this film.
I could see that for sure.
Good inspiration right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a great movie.
Yes.
I love me some Caddyshack.
Bill Murray.
It's in a hole. It's in a hole. So they actually came up with Happy Gilmore in an office during a brainstorming session. And it was just essentially a film about a hockey player who could smack a 400-yard drive. And did any of you know that Happy Gilmore is based on a real individual?
Oh, yeah?
Ooh.
Anyway, I want to take a guess at who he's based on.
Wayne Gretzky.
Nothing? I mean, you're not going to get it. It was based loosely on one of Adam Sandler's childhood friends. His name is Kyle Mcdonald. I think that's how you pronounce it. Who played ice hockey and would golf with Sandler as they grew up. Sandler could never hit the ball as far as McDonough, but figured that McDonald's hockey skills gave him an edge. Kyle McDonough is an American ice hockey coach and former center who was an All-American for Vermont. So that's pretty interesting.
Nice. I guess when you know people, you know.
Now you grow up with someone who
Or
goes
you
on to
know
play pro
people that
hockey.
blow people.
Yeah. True.
Oh, you heard that, but nobody heard Wayne Gretzky? What the
I heard it. You heard that, but you didn't. Yeah.
So they brought in a consultant who is a pro golfer to consult on the script, and his name is Mark Lai. This is the guy that they brought in to consult on the script.
Nice.
I feel like I've seen this guy before on like TV talking about
Look
stuff.
out! That's like a golfing card, right? Like football card.
He looks
but
like
only
he's constipated.
that. But I mean, look how old that is, bro. The guy's been around, dude.
It looks like he needs glasses because he just hit the ball and he's squinting like a to see where that
That's
thing is
me,
going.
dude. That's
Well,
me.
he
I
won-
like to
he won
pretend
something,
it's
so.
because I smash it as far as Happy Gilmore does, but like that's not it. I just it's hard to see it between the trees.
They brought him in to consult, and after seeing the initial ideas, he was like, "You got to be crazy! You can't do a movie like that," because the initial drafts had Happy winning the Masters and getting
Oh,
a
God.
green jacket, not a gold jacket. And
Right.
so he was like, "You're gonna be desecrating the USGA and making fun of the Augusta National." So he suggested that Happy wins a fictional tournament that is based on the Masters instead of actually winning the Masters. So that's a nice little fun fact for you.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's someone going, "You're not going to disgrace what I have done."
Right.
With a Happy Gilmore movie.
That's essentially making like a comedy movie about football, wanting to be replicate the NFL, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
make it up. And yeah, the final script, which was the 5th draft, is what got the green light from him. At least, you know, they brought in someone who knows the topic they're discussing. You know, that's typically how they film movies, or until, you know, about 5 years ago, and they decided to not do that anymore. Would you like to take a guess where this film was filmed? You think it was filmed
Canada.
maybe
It's all in one spot.
at some famous golf courses all around the United States, or where do you think it might have been filmed? Anyone got any guesses?
Canada.
Whatever the top place is for like a championship.
So it was filmed in British Columbia.
Ah,
Well,
way off.
Oh,
Way
shit.
off.
entirely in British Columbia, Canada. And most scenes took place at a golf course, and they were filmed at Pitt Meadows.
You don't
at the
say. No sh-
3-0. 3-0.
You gotta let me finish the
Get him,
golf course.
Sorry.
I was saying
Get
what
him,
golf course it
Shades.
was.
Get him. It's a golfing
sorry.
movie. Can you believe it was filmed at a golf course? Okay. Whew, I'm sorry. You know what? We didn't let you finish, Thundy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This was filmed at a golf course it was Pitt Meadows at the Swan Eset Bay Resort and Country Club is where it was filmed.
Cool.
Outside. All of the interior shots, because the inside of that club doesn't look like it does in the movie. All of the interior shots, even including the broadcast booth, took place in an abandoned Vancouver hospital.
That's cool.
When you watch the movie back and they're at the old folks home, it looks like that is probably the hospital that they filmed all the other scenes at.
Yeah.
But now you know, because you'd have never guessed that the rest of all the interior scenes were shot in an abandoned hospital in Vancouver.
I would have guessed it. No, I wouldn't have.
The last fact I have about the development of the movie is you guys want to take a guess at who composed the film's soundtrack?
Me.
Danny Elfman.
Sir, that is correct. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
In my
It's,
defense, Danny Elfman does a lot of. I mean, it was a good guess.
Yeah. If you have no clue, you got to guess who does the most.
it was the front man from Devo.
Okay. Okay.
And what's Devo's most famous song? Whip It. Whip It real good. This is the guy who composed the soundtrack for Happy Gilmore.
All right. Fair enough.
Never would have thought, because it kind of crushes. It opens and ends with Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner, which is an amazing song. So now let's pull up and talk about some of the cast, because I didn't recognize one of the actors.
Oh my God.
I
Bob
guess
Barker.
I didn't put two and two together. We've got Adam Sandler, of course, as Happy Gilmore. We've got Julie Bowen as Virginia Bennett, and
Who's that?
Julie
that, honey?
Bowen.
Who is that?
Julie Bowen. She's on Modern Family. I guess I didn't put two and two together. I mean, she aged like a fine wine. She is a smoke show. Woo!
Let's keep it classy.
We're keeping it classy. We're keeping it classy because we've got none other than Carl Weathers playing as Chubbs, who is an absolute bad.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's a great actor. Facts about Carl Weathers is he was pretty much coming off of macho movies, and this may have even been his like first role stepping into like a comedic role away from that like overly macho dude.
Right.
And he smashed it out of the park.
So
And now he's on Mandalorian.
that was your one.
Correct.
It wasn't Bob Barker. What about
Oops.
Evan Nealon? I don't know much about him. I know he's in a bunch.
I know him really well from Weeds.
Yeah,
He's the main
that's the
character
one
on
that I was
Weeds.
gonna say. That's his main that I remember him from right now. But he's done a lot of stuff.
Never seen her. Weeds. Never seen it.
No,
Am I missing out?
Oh,
I
it's
mean-
a dope show.
Okay. What's the grandmammy's name? The grandma.
Francis Bay.
Yeah, what else was she on? She's been on some stuff.
You
Lots
watch
of
porn?
stuff.
Yeah, I was like, she's been on some stuff, but like if I can't, yeah, she's been on some stuff, all right. She's
Yeah.
It just keeps going
Jeez.
and going. She was on Seinfeld.
maybe because it's like when you see those faces where you're like, and then I've seen that face everywhere.
It's
Like
still
every
going.
movie.
I'm
Yeah.
still scrolling.
Jesus. All right.
When
She's
did
had
she
quite
start
the
acting?
career.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm still going.
You're gonna be
I'm
scrolling
still
for a
going.
while.
Man.
I was still going and I sped it up. She's on Karate Kid. She's Lady with Dog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Lady with Dog.
Dukes
Oh,
of
no.
Hazzard. The
Happy
Jeffersons.
Days. Ooh.
He started acting in 1976 on an episode of Kojak.
Only 1976 though, and she's been in all that. That's okay. That's a long time, but I mean, like, that's not that long.
She
Where's
went
Happy
hard.
on that list? Is it anywhere near the top?
Nope.
No. He's got a bunch of stuff before Happy.
1996. And then there's all of this other stuff. Seinfeld.
Well, because you're just talking. What was that? 76 to
Gadget.
96. Did you see how much was below Happy? So you're talking 20 years. She just put in all of those.
She's been putting in work. She hustles.
Yeah.
She put in all that.
She is a hustler, I tell you.
That's good shit. And she's an amazing, like, I could kick it with her.
She's a great
You know,
actor.
just
Like,
sit there.
she would be fun to
Fist
hang
bump.
out with.
Right.
And she
Ask
died in
questions.
2011.
Okay, well, I guess I won't be
She
doing
was
that.
born in 1919.
Oof.
Dude, she was in the Paperboy, so like the video game.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Nailhead.
The big man.
Yeah.
He was 7'2". Richard Keel.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, because he stuck out over the crowd in the movie quite nicely.
Your ball struck my foot.
And then we've got Alan Covert, who's been in, tons of Adam Sandler movies, from small roles to bigger roles. He's pretty good. Yeah, if you watch Adam Sandler, you've seen him for sure. Then we'll talk about Mr. Christopher McDonald. So fun fact, he didn't want to do this movie initially. He turned it down because he was tired of being cast as a villain and a bad guy. Then after playing golf for the first time, he was like, I might take a look at that.
Kind of a weird reason to like do a movie just because you played the sport that you
I mean, if
were
it
supposed
was
to do a movie
fun,
about. But yeah, I was gonna say if he's like, oh, I could really get into that, because you don't want to take a movie of a thing I guess you've never done. You know what I mean? Like maybe he used the excuse of I don't want to play the villain, but really it was like I've never played golf in my life. I don't even know how to swing. Like, I'm not gonna play a part in a movie where I have to swing a club.
Right. And then the last one we'll touch on here is Bob Barker, because he is fantastic. Mr. Bob
Yeah.
Barker, Bob Barker is still kicking it
Wow.
today.
11%, you said. Okay.
11%.
Feel that.
I remember so many days of watching him on the Price is Right.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I've got more to talk about with these guys, but we'll touch on that later. But what we'll do now, guys, is we're going to move into talking about the reception of the movie. We'll start with the reception at the box office. Happy Gilmore was a commercial success. It earned $39 million on a $12 million budget, and it ranked number 2 at the box office its debut weekend, behind Broken Arrow. Film was made for $12 million and grossed a total revenue of $41.2 million worldwide, with $38.8 million of that being in the North American domestic box office. It received mixed to negative reviews from critics, and most of the bad reactions to the film initially were based around Happy's personality, the language in the film, even though it was PG-13, and the obsessive amount of product placements, which is a common theme in most Adam Sandler films, is incessant product placements. But that's how he likes to pay for his movies. So
I was gonna say that makes sense. I think about the time that it came out, like that's a pretty big budget, you know. Like I'm not real sure what he did before that. Like I don't know where it fits in the timeline of Happy Productions, like that kind of thing. But like
this is after Billy Madison, which was his first film after Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like you gotta build that budget somewhere.
Now, Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly gave the film a D+, calling it a one-joke Caddyshack for the blitzed and jaded. Although he did praise Sandler's confident performance. I know we were at least one of those things watching this movie.
Jaded.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Jaded for sure.
So they won an award for this movie. And you want to know, you gotta guess at what award it might have been that they won.
Was it a Woody?
No.
It was worst movie of the year. I don't know.
MTV Movie Award for Best Fight for Sandler versus Barker.
Hell yes.
Just as good as a Woody.
Well earned, dude. Well earned.
We'll talk more about that scene later, but what I will mention here is the scene with them fighting actually increased ratings for The Price is Right among younger demographics, and Barker claimed that people kept asking him in the audience about Happy Gilmore almost every day of filming.
I can believe that.
It works, baby.